Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Hey Little Magpie for their September monthly challenge 2022. So my challenge to everybody this month is to use either 3x4 pocket cards, which I'm using here from the CVS Storyteller range, or to use 3x4s from a cut apart sheet. The range can be anything you like, but I'd like the 3x4 cards or cut aparts to be the focus of your page. So I'm just having a look through the pack of pocket cards that come with the CVS Storyteller range, and I'm trying to lay them out in a grid formation. I want to use a number of photographs over the top of this, so I'm just having a look through. I've got an idea of how I want it to look in my mind, but that doesn't always mean that's the way it's going to turn out. So I think at the moment I've got 6 cards laid out on this 12x12 cardstock. So I'm just having a look at some of the ephemera pieces there. They do a flower ephemera as well, and I'm just seeing what sort of the bigger pieces could actually go on top or instead in the gaps. So I'm just having a look, see what I've got. I have made some of the layouts from this range, so I don't have all of it. So it's having a look at what I've got left. I've got some chipboard pieces there as well, and I'm punching out the ones that I like the most, and there's some hearts and some butterflies, and I'm bringing in a bit more of the flowers there that I've got left over from previous layouts. So I hope you don't think this challenge is too hard. I think it's a reasonable challenge. I think most of us have either got some pocket cards or some cut apart sheets somewhere in our stash, so hopefully you'll take part. So to actually enter, you need to upload your project to the album on the Hey Little Magpie Chat and Inspiration Facebook group, and that will give you a chance to be winning 1,000 Magpie points that could be added to your account. The winner will be chosen at random on the 1st of October, so all entries need to be in by the midnight on the last day of September to be in with a chance of winning. So you see now that I've added my photographs to some of the cards. I have printed these in specific sizes so that they fit. I've got 4 photographs there, all groups taken on a hen weekend abroad. So they're nice and colourful, so I thought they would be absolutely perfect with this range. And the card in the centre says it's a good day to have a good day, and I thought that worked really well with the colours of the dresses of the girls in the photo. And that's where the inspiration for what I wanted to scrap with these cards came from. So I'm just going through, see if I want to decorate each of the cards and add a little bit of something and treat them all like a little bit of a mini layout. So I'm just trying to work out what I want there. I always feel that I might be missing something, so I do tend to go through my stash a few times, particularly when I'm using a range, just to see if there's anything that I missed on my first go through, or whether I want to add another card. I really like that chipboard book with the flowers. I think that's going to stay. And I like the camera as well that I've got on the other side. So I do think they will make it. So I just feel like I'm getting to a bit of a stalemate with the way that it's looking. So I'm just going to trim that card down at the top and make it squarer to fit that gap better, to create more of a grid. And I think that looks better on the eye. So yeah, I'm not so sure about that bit on the right with the camera, but I'll come back to it, I think, when I've done a few of the others. So I've picked out some cottons from my stash that go with the rainbow colours in this range. On this card particularly, I really love. So using my Tim Holtz ruler, I don't know whether you've noticed, it's got holes in it, and that's so you can get your sewing lines straight and get your holes even. I'm using just a pokey tool there, and I'm going to poke some holes along the coloured lines on that card just to add some decoration. I'm not going to do it all on camera, but I'm just making sure that I've lined them up and it goes down the centre of each coloured line. So I've gone off camera, I've sewn down the coloured one. I also decided to sew the Love This card, and I'll show you that in a moment. And I've sewn down the centre of the word with a darker pink cotton, and that matches the pattern paper I have at the back behind the cardstock. and I think that works, and it just pulls that in. So I'm now getting them all into position, just lining them up, getting the photos on them so that I can actually start to think about sticking something down. So I really like the way that's going. Still not sure about that piece there on the right. I'm sure I'll come up with a solution. I think I prefer it with that card moved up and then the camera in the bottom right hand corner. So I'm just going back now, looking at the embellishments that I chose originally, see if they still fit, and I still like the position. The banner particularly, I love it on that bottom card because the journaling lines on that work both ways. It means that I'm going to add my journaling to that card at the end. So I'm just having a look through, see what I could put in that bottom right and see if there's anything I prefer. Looking at some of the word phrases as well. The really versatile range this is. I think you could scrap most summery, even spring photographs with these. The colours are so muted and nice and fresh. So I'm just going to match the group photo on a little bit of yellow just to tie in with. There's quite a bit of yellow on this layout. I'm now looking to see maybe if there's a card or something I can cut down to put that camera on. And I looked through the 6x8 pad, just trying to see if there is a paper that I prefer. And I think the green wins out, even though there's lots of nice choices. See, I'm in two minds. If you've watched me scrap before, you'll know that I'm actually not as quick at scrapping. I do a lot of my thinking as I go. I don't do much planning in advance. Mainly that's just a time issue. So I don't have things pre-cut or anything ready when I do a video, and it's quite off the cuff. And quite often I'll stop the video, go and print the photographs, then come back. But that's just the way it is. So I've come in now with a Distress Oxide and a finger dauber, and because some of the cards are white on the white cardstock, I'm just going to whiz around the edges of those just to give them a little bit of a pinky touch, so that actually they stand out a little bit more when they are finally stuck in place. So you can see me touching the dauber on a scrap of card there. That's just to get any of the harsh ink off, just so that I'm not going to literally splat it on the edge of a card. Just to, because I only want it to be like a soft colour that I'm adding. And I find that I don't ink the edges of things as much as I used to. I think if you go back 5, 6, 7 years, I think it's something we did a lot, but I just thought it would maybe help with the white on white. So I'm just going to run it round all the cards anyway, even if you can't see it on all of them. So I've actually stuck down these cards off camera. I didn't think you needed to see that. Some of them I've used foam pads underneath as well, so there's varying heights there just to add a little bit of depth and interest. And now the aim is to get the embellishments down. So I'm adding flowers to the card on the bottom left with the sewing on it, and I'm just going to add some centres to those flowers, and that's off the puffy heart sheet with some actual circles on there that I hadn't noticed the first time. I'm also going to add some of the hearts to the card on the top left, on top of the hearts that are already there, getting a few of the banners and journaling strips in. Now those flowers on the top, as you can see there, I've actually sewn those too now. Thought having sewing in 3 places would be pleasing on the eye, so I'm just putting that down with foam pads. You'll definitely see that better in the close-ups at the end of the video. I'm just trying to get that in just the right position so it doesn't overlap my photo on the other one too much. So what I would say is give us a thumbs up, like our channel if you like this video. Do take part in this challenge. I think it's quite a good one. As I say, upload your layout to the Facebook group and get it in the right album, and you could be in with winning the points. So here's the layout finished and some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.